So let's move on to the linebacking core. So this one was probably the toughest for me to rank because we obviously know that Fred Warner is elite, like elite of the elite. He is arguably the best middle linebacker in the game. So I was thinking to myself, well, if he's elite, the rest of them, maybe not so much, so they're above average. But I really started to go through the linebacking cores in the NFL, and the teams that I would normally have ahead of them really took major slides back last year. You look at Minnesota with Anthony Barr. He fell off completely. Like, he was terrible last year. And that's a team that I would have normally put ahead of them, but I don't think they're there anymore. I look at the Colts. They took a slide back last year. And you look at Seattle. Right now, KJ Wright's not even guaranteed to come back. So it's possible that San Francisco definitely has a top 3 linebacking core when it's all said and done. And so based off of my criteria, I got to put him as elite.
I would put him as elite. I don't really consider the Sam linebacker. Like, you know, Aziz is fine, but it's basically a nickel defense in the league now. And I'm looking at basically those 2 guys. Yeah. And I think they're elite. I think there's a segment of Cool Guy 49er Twitter that's like, actually, Dre Greenlaw's not that good. Yeah. It's like, I like Dre Greenlaw.
I do too.
I mean, I saw the defense with Cohn at will, and I've seen the defense with – I mean, he's been the best will linebacker that they had in 4 years. Yeah. And people say like, oh, well, his assignments aren't that tough. He just has to run and hit. Yeah. That's the will linebacker job, is to run and hit and to not, you know, do what Quan Alexander did, was to like run the wrong direction or miss tackles. Just run really fast the right direction and hit that dude really freaking hard. And Greenlaw does that. I don't know. I think he's a really good compliment to Warner, who's heady, smart, versatile, but not the fastest, not the most violent. I think Greenlaw is a nice compliment. I think that's an elite duo.
I agree. And it's one of those situations too where if you're an outsider, you're probably looking at PFF, and I don't know what his grade is, but I'm sure it's probably not the best. Right. I don't really care. I can go off of what my eyes tell me, and my eyes tell me that Greenlaw is pretty freaking good. Like, I see it all the time. And I think, to your point, even though he flies around a bit, he's also very, very smart and plays well within the system. So I like Greenlaw a lot.
Yeah, I watched Quan Alexander miss assignments, I mean, every play, or just not care. Just be like, you know what? I got a hunch. I'm doing what I want to do. At least Dre Greenlaw plays team football. He's true to the scheme, and I think that's a good thing. So
yeah, I would say the only linebacking core, honestly, that I could say is definitely above them would be Tampa Bay.
I agree. And, you know, I'm not certain that Fred Warner is better than Levante David or even Devin White. Those 2 guys are just so violent. Yeah. So violent.
Yeah.
But
they're both very good.
Yes.
Quan's hype videos definitely are elite. I'm not going to
argue. Best thing about him, they're legendary.
They are legendary. God, did you know that he tore his Achilles at the end of last year? I didn't even know. I didn't pay attention to him.
He did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking him up because I was like, well, maybe there's an off chance he comes back. I know 49er fans were looking at it. He tore his Achilles.
See, that's the thing. Like, when he tore his ACL and the Niners signed him, I'm like, guys, this is a bad sign. Often with these football players, it was a non-contact ACL. Yeah. It just means that your body is starting to go. It's like you have a car and you just had a major breakdown. Yeah. And you just do this. Chances are there's going to be another one in about 10,000 miles. I'm just guessing. Yeah. I can't prove it. Yeah. And then boom. I mean, look at Klay Thompson with the Warriors. It's just the way that these athletes, it's sad. And hopefully there's, it doesn't go that way. But yeah, I'm not surprised.